So let me ask you a question. Have you ever started on a project and have it go 100% smoothly the entire way? No, not me either. Most projects will make you grin from ear to ear. Meanwhile, others just make you want to cry. Even if they're not the way that you want them to get their goals. Thank you. That is so much better. Anyway, there's a reason they call them project cars. It's because that they're always being worked on and they're never done. But I have one little tip of advice for you. And that is try to do as much of the project yourself instead of lending it to somebody else. Because sometimes they don't end up the way that you hope they will. And sometimes they end up worse. So welcome back, Drifters, and boy do we have a story for you. So this is the story of what happened to the Miata.
Alright guys, well guys and girls, everybody. So this is the 93 Miata we've had for a while, but it's been gone and y'all have been asking where she went. So to take you to the beginning, we last left off where I had a hole in my manifold and I needed to get a new manifold. So I bought a cast iron manifold on eBay, I know, quality parts. And then I got a bigger turbo, it's a T3, T4 hybrid. And then we made a V-band downpipe for it. And I got my old radiator, it was a CX Racing that I got a hole in when I was trying to install it about a year ago. Well, I ended up getting it fixed, so now that's in here as well. Now we were rushing to get all that done within a couple days because we had a drift event coming up, and a tuner we went to said he would have it done in 2 days. I was like, okay, cool. So once it was all done, dropped it off at the tuner. What a sad sight. The poor baby's going to the tuner. She's gonna get some more power, baby. And it was not done in 2 days. And then I waited about a couple weeks. And I said, hey, what's going on with the car? And they said, oh, no biggie. It's just gonna take a little longer to get to. And I was like, okay, I don't want to irritate the guy, whatever. Then a month goes by. I ask again, what's going on? Everything good? And they're like, yeah, it'll just take a little longer. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't like where this is going. Anyways, fast forward, and it took about, I think it was 3 months in total. Okay, so I drive by the shop one day because I wasn't getting any communication back from the owner. And I show up, and we'll put the pictures up here, but someone backed into the Miata, right here. This whole thing was dented in. And then when I asked someone about it, I said, what happened? They're like, oh, that damage was there before. Not the owner, just one of the employees. I said, no, it was not. And I had pictures of it to prove that. They ended up calling the owner, and then that person finally fessed up and said, yeah, I backed into it with my truck. So I have a car that doesn't run. I missed the drift event. I'm gonna be leaving in 2 months for the military. I won't be here, so I won't be able to do more drift events. So it means a lot to me that I missed that. And then being told it's gonna take a couple days and it takes months, that's not okay. And the only reason it got finished is because we went over there multiple times and tried to get it done. Anyways, they said they were gonna fix it for free, which they did. They ended up coming in from behind and bashing it out with a ball peen hammer. You can see the Bondo right here. And then they painted it. Luckily, I mean, it matches the car again, but I just didn't like the idea that they were trying to hide that from me. And they didn't text me when it happened because it happened about a week before I even showed up. So then I come back about a week or two after that incident, and I look, and there's glass all over the car, just like this little shred right here kind of falls apart. Do you see that? Yeah. So the window got shattered and they didn't tell me. When I pulled up, the guy who was there came out to me and was like, hey man, I broke the window, that's my bad, I'll get you another one. I'm like, that's fine. I'm glad he confessed to it. This is a different employee than the past one. And I was just upset that they didn't tell me when it happened, because it happened a week or prior. That's not okay to me. If someone breaks something in my car, I should know right away. So lack of communication makes me feel like they hide something. I don't like that. I don't think anyone would like that, especially if it's your own vehicle. Anyways, we talked to the owner. He got to work on the vehicle. They got me another window. And then within that next week, the car was done. Luckily, they didn't ask for money for the parts that they broke. And we ended up paying them what we said we would on the beginning. But it's kind of stressful. And that's where the Miata's been this whole time. But we finally got out to an event, about a month ago, and finally got to drive again, and I'm glad they were able to get the tuning done. I don't know how to tune. That's the one thing we can't do on this car ourselves. But eventually we're getting a Mega Squirt soon, just so we can say screw the AEM V1 and start working on it ourselves and learning how to tune ourselves. But yeah, that's where the car's been. But you guys want to see the goodies? We come over here. All right, now I'm gonna show you the goodies though. Okay, so what we have in here is the eBay special. So cast iron manifold, no name, but it's cast iron. It looks strong. I've seen other people do a build series on this, and they haven't had any issues with theirs, and they've had it on their car for about 4 years. So then I got the eBay turbo, which if that goes bad, so be it. We get another one for 120 bucks. That's what I'm least worried about. As long as the manifold's good, you can interchange this, and that's why we got the V-band now. So we took off the old downpipe, chopped off the flange, and then we put a V-band flange on, and then welded it all together. And now that will come off. It's a very interchangeable for the turbo. And now this gives us a lot of lag, obviously. It's a pretty big turbo for this engine. So I'm not even hitting peak boost till probably about 4 grand. And then after that, it's got some power to it. I mean, we're only running about 8 to 10 PSI right now. I think it's at 8. And we have a manual boost controller if we want to push it up, but with the engine, it still doesn't have, it has a regular head gasket, and it doesn't have the head studs. I bought head studs, but I haven't put them in yet. And then we got the catch can over here. New injectors, they're 550 cc's from an RX-7 Turbo 2 FD, or FC, sorry. And then I got the radiator in here. The stock fans are in there, everything fits. Ran great at the last event and didn't overheat, so I think we finally dialed her in, where the only weak point right now would be the head gasket, the head studs, and the transmission. Everything else has been completely redone on this vehicle. So we'll see where the future holds for it. But got a lot of stuff coming up with life in general, and a lot of changes happening, and it's kind of sad, but that's how life is. It just kind of keeps moving forward. And we just gotta enjoy the time we have while we have it.
So just like in life, in every project, there are high times and low times. Everyone in the world likes to highlight the high times, but we like to also highlight the lows, because without the lows, you'd never have the highs. And what's the point of always feeling high if you're never feeling low?
So we just wanted to put this out there to let y'all know what's going on with the Miata, but also we don't want to throw anybody under the bus. Even if you know who this is, it doesn't matter. We appreciate the fact that they fixed the vehicle. They didn't charge us. You know, we managed to get it fixed, even though it took us months to get it back. Like, we're not trying to throw anyone under the bus. Stuff happens. But the point is that sometimes, you know, you attract more honeys with sugar than you do with vinegar. More honeys, did I say? Or bees? Honeys.
I meant bees, but I said honeys.
You attract more bees with honey than with vinegar. But yeah, I agree. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. That's why I'm not saying names. If you know who it is, don't even say anything. It doesn't matter now. It's in the past. And then, yeah, I purchased another vehicle throughout that whole time. But it's not really a project. It's more of just a, like, daily. But yeah.
I guess just show them.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. So we like JDM cars, but we also love Chevys. So we picked up a one-owner C6 with, it had 36,000 on it when I purchased it. Now it's got 43 on it, and I got it about 5 months ago, about a month after the Miata went to the shop. And it's been taken really good care of. Right now it's all dirty because of we got rain coming and everything. I can't really wash it right beforehand. But yeah, no, it's C6. It's got the LS2, T56, cams, exhaust, cold air intake, basic bolt-ons, and got a good deal on it. I want to do little things here and there to it, like wheels and tires, maybe a spoiler, stuff like that, but I got to drive it every day, so I don't want to like ruin it. It does have lowering bolts I put on it with my friend Chris. He also got an 08 Corvette, so he's got the LS3. I got an 07, so the LS2. But we've been having a good time just kind of doing our own thing, and it's nice having a nice vehicle like this. I haven't had one before, and it's a lot of money. I don't like having a payment, but it'll be worth it in the end, especially when I head out where I can have a car that I know will run and drive every day. And I know how to work on everything on this vehicle because of Kyle, and working on the RX-7 has the same transmission, and the engine's pretty much unchanged other than fuel injected and carburation. Carburation? Yeah, carburation.
Yes.
But yeah, so this is here. There will be little things here and there that we'll film. But yeah, everything's been good over here. Oh yeah, original window, new window. Both of them, the original one had tint, but I guess, yeah, who needs tint anyway?
So anyway, guys, that's about all we got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you didn't, dislike it. We'll be sure to see you in the next one, but always remember,
Keep it nice and easy. I got it this time.
there we go.